Well, good morning. It is cold out this morning. It is probably mid-20s right now. It got down to 16 last night, which means winter is here, and along with it, the storms, the wind, the snow. That means power outage season is here along with it. And in this video today, we're going to talk about a few of the different options on how to prepare for power outage season, the pros and cons of each, and then in a little bit, I'm going to show you a new option that might completely eliminate this one here. So if you look up in the corner of the video, whichever side it's on, you'll see that this is a sponsored video. Big thanks to EcoFlow for sending out this new thing that we're going to see in just a little bit, sponsoring this video and helping make all this happen. So let's get to it. Oh, and they wanted me to put the logo on the screen, but I still don't know how to do that in like the editing. So there is the logo on the screen. Now I am from Northern California, where 3-4 day week-long power outages all summer long, all through the winter, are a very normal thing, and you have to be prepared for and know how to handle. So running generators and powering your appliances and keeping everything going in your household without power is something I happen to be very familiar with. Now I live out in the Oregon desert, where power outages don't happen as often, but being out here in the middle of nowhere, when they do, it's going to be a while before someone can get out to it and get it fixed. So when we actually moved to this place, and some of our friends were helping unload, and we're unloading 3 different generators and 15 gas cans. They're like, why do you have so many generators and gas cans? I was like, well, I'm from California. We have to make our own power there. So keeping all your stuff going when there's no power, what's essential, what's not, is something I know a little bit about, and I'm definitely not claiming to be an expert. But there is definitely some new options out there that I didn't have when I was there in Northern California that I am using now. So this right here is old, trusty, tried and true. A gas generator with as many gas cans as you need to get through the power outage. This one here happens to be a Honda EU2000. It's an inverter generator. I have a 3,500 watt generator as well, and also 8,500 watt 12240 generator that has a surge watt rating of 10,000 watts. So those are the 3 gas generators I have, and I have a lot of gas cans because, like I said, we used to go through week-long power outages. This here, on the other hand, is the EcoFlow Delta 2 along with its extra battery pack. Now, you saw me do a review on this when I made the solar-powered canoe setup, and if you haven't seen that, I will put a link at the end of this video that will take you to this video. It'll be like the little screen thing, and you click on it, and it goes to the video, and it's all cool technology like that. But the Delta 2 is a solar generator that can be charged off of solar, can be charged off of your normal 110 outlet off the wall, or can be charged off of 12 volt of your vehicle. There's 3 different ways of charging it. It has 15 different outputs from DC, high output DC, AC outlets on the back, and all of them can be run simultaneously. This generator here has 2 AC outlets, and this is a DC charge port where you can charge DC like battery stuff off of it, not DC power like to charge your phones and the stuff like that you might need when the power is out to be able to communicate and stay in touch with what's going on. So the Delta 2 holds a little over 1,000 watt hours of storage in its internal battery. When you connect it to its external battery pack, you double that storage to a little over 2,000 watt hours of power storage. And out of its AC power ports here in the back of it here, you can see there's 6 of them. These are the charge ports. These are all the AC power outlets. You can put out 1,800 watts of power, but you can go into the EcoFlow app, which runs all this stuff and manages it and turns stuff on and all that cool stuff. And you can turn on the X Boost mode, which will get you 2,200 watts of output out of this silent 20-something pound box. Now, I know you're saying this is a 2,000 watt generator, it can do the same thing, but if you actually look at the output it's rated for, not what its power rating is, 120 volts times 13.3 amps, that's just a hair under 1,600 watts that this thing can put out. So this silent little box actually puts out more power than this gas generator right here. Now, the downside is this runs out of battery, this does not, but it does run out of gas. And one of the big problems we had back in Northern California is when the power was out, for us, it was out for all the gas stations as well, which is why we had to store so much gas. As long as you have gas to run them, great. But these charge off of solar, and that solar panel charges this thing amazingly quick. I believe it was like in good sun, you get 3 to 5 hours, and this will be completely full. So that can actually keep up with quite a bit without needing gas. Now, when it comes to big power and running a big high load power output throughout the day, gas generator is going to be the way to go. My shop is, as far as all the big tools in it, is run off of generator. I do have 110 for little stuff, but when I get to really fabricating working, I have to run my shop off a generator. That's why that big 8,500 watt generator is down there. And even though EcoFlow makes some bigger power units with 30 amp output and all that stuff, that would be great for running home type of thing. Running the welders and big tools in my shop all day, gas generator is just the way to go, but I do have to feed it gas all day. But that is in the shop setting. When it comes to power outage in your home and keeping your essential appliances you need running, you don't need the power you think you need, and we'll go over here and I'll explain why. Now, one of the most important things you need to run in your house when your power's out is your fridge, because your fridge holds all your food that you need to keep fresh and safe to eat, because you need food to survive. So this is our outdoor fridge just in our little patio area, and if you listen right now closely, you can hear that it is running. I don't know why I just put you close to the fridge. The mic is on me, not you, so. Hear it running? I hear it running. So the fridge right now is running, which means it is consuming power, which means a power source needs to be supplying power to it. But a fridge doesn't sit here and run 24/7 all the time. It cycles on and off. So this Frigidaire fridge, of course, all of them are going to be a little different, runs an average of a 50% cycle time. That means only 50% of the time it's running. The rest of the time it is sitting idle, just cold by its insulation. When the temperature drops to a certain point or raises to a certain point, the compressor kicks back on, cools it back down to a preset threshold, and then kicks back off. Like I said, average of 50% runtime throughout the day. So every 24 hours in a day, this thing's really only running 12 on average. Now that is a problem when you're in the middle of a power outage, and we'll go back over there to the generators and I'll show you why. So what I used to do, same thing most everybody does when there's a power outage, I would take my gas generator, I would plug it into my fridge and some other essential things, and I would keep it full of gas and keep it running 24/7 until the power comes back on. This is running 24/7. The fridge is not. It's only running about 50% of the time. So say we're talking about the fridge because that's the most important appliance you're going to need to run. Half the fuel and energy and power generation this thing is making is wasted because the fridge is off. It's not doing anything. And you are burning fuel, creating power, and wasting it for no reason at all. But over here, the solar generator only sends the power that's needed. So you plug this into that fridge, and I tested this on that specific fridge without the extra battery pack hooked on it, just the solar panels when we had decent sunlight, and this kept up with that fridge. The cycle time where the fridge was off, this was plenty enough to keep this thing topped off, and after I think 4 days I had that thing hooked up to it, this was still at 90-something%, and it could just keep going like that for as long as we needed. Oh, and I know some people got mad at me for calling these generators, saying it is not a generator, it's just a battery. No, it's not. It's way more than just a battery. This is a device that takes an external fuel source and turns it into power, generates it into power. Just like this is a device that takes an external fuel source and turns it into power. They are doing the exact same thing, just using a different fuel source. The difference is this one is way smarter and way more efficient than this one. But also, like I said, sometimes efficiency isn't the goal. Sometimes you just need to push out large amounts of power, forget about efficiency, get the job done, like running my shop with welders and big tools. Big gas generator, way to go. See, there is pros and cons to both of them. I'm not just over here going EcoFlow, EcoFlow, use this because it's a sponsored video. There are scenarios where a gas generator is better. But speaking about scenarios where gas generators are better, oh, this is gonna be an awesome segue. I didn't even plan this out. What if you could use this with this? I'm so proud of myself right now. Wait till you see why. We're gonna shove this out of the way because it just became obsolete. This is the EcoFlow dual fuel smart generator that runs on propane or gas and works with their power stations that can also run on solar. So you can power your devices off of solar, propane, or gas all at, well, kind of the same time. So this is an 1800 watt AC and DC generator. This here is a 2000 watt AC only generator. It does have DC ability, but uses a converter to do it. But this one, as we found out earlier, only puts out 1600 watts, meaning this one actually puts out 200 more watts than that one. So one con about this unit for me, I feel, the gas tank's only a 4-liter gas tank. So if you're running it on gas, it only has about a 4-hour run time. But in that 4 hours, it will produce about 5,400 kilowatt hours of power. However, if you pop this cap off right here that I'm doing a bad job of and connect the propane tank with the quick coupler there, a standard 20-pound propane tank will run this at max power output for 12.5 hours and put out over 20,000 kilowatt hours of power. But with this generator, runtime is not quite so simple as how long it will start up and run for on one type of fuel like that one is. This is a smart generator. If you notice on the front of it here, it only has one AC outlet. That's the only AC power outlet this thing has. This one over here has 2. But over here, we have this outlet, which happens to be the same as this outlet on our Delta 2 unit. Meaning with some movie magic, we can instantly use this very long cord to plug this unit into this unit, and now we are powering the Delta 2 off of the smart generator. And while we're doing that, the Delta 2 can still be plugged into the solar panels, bringing in power from the panels. So you can have your smart generator turned off, and you can have your fridge, your appliances, whatever, running off the Delta 2. And then when it starts to drop down there on power, if it even does, because remember, you can have the solar panels feeding it as well. But if it drops down on power, you can grab your phone from inside the comfort of your home or wherever, go to the EcoFlow app, and you can start the generator. Isn't that handy? Then when your Delta 2 unit gets back up to 98% like it is right now, you can just go back on that app, shut this thing back off, which I did so that, you know, noisy generator camera stuff, even though it's not that loud. It does have an eco mode like a lot of other generators do, where it'll run at a very low idle and only put out what it needs to run, which gives it longer runtime, or you can just leave it on max power mode where it's running full bore like you do in some cold temperatures. And my phone is ringing, so I'm gonna get that. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, duty calls. But where this thing gets even better, I have the Delta 2 and its extra battery pack. If you have the Delta Pro or the Delta Max, the smart generator talks to the Delta Pro and the Delta Max, and you don't have to turn this on and off. When the Delta Pro or Max gets to a certain level, I believe you can preset it or it's already set. The generator turns itself on, tops this back off, turns itself back off. So kind of like the cycle time of the fridge, this will cycle as well and only be creating power when it's needed. And then whatever unit you have hooked to it will only be supplying that power to appliances when it's needed, which is an incredibly efficient way to go. Way better than the generator that would be running 24/7 whether the appliances are or not. The other thing this does is it is charging off a DC cord, not off of AC output. So this DC battery does not have to convert energy back and forth. It's generated in DC, runs over here in DC, and is stored in this battery in DC, which according to EcoFlow can be up to a 40% improvement in efficiency on creating that power and getting it to a storage battery bank like this. You've also now expanded this generator that only has one AC outlet to having 15 different AC and DC outlets that can all be used at the same time. Plus you can use this one at the same time for 16 total outlets that you can run to keep all your appliances going. You can keep your fridge running. You can run your microwave to heat up some food, toaster, coffee maker, keep your phones and devices charged to stay in touch. Very, very handy way to go for a power outage situation. But it gets even better than that, because EcoFlow is having a huge Black Friday sale that goes far more than just on Black Friday, and I just blanked out on the dates, so hold on while I look at the email and see what those dates actually are. Okay, just looked at the phone, and apparently I screwed up, and the sale already started a few days ago on November 11th, and this video is very much late. I'm sorry, I've been busy, running a tow company and all that. But the sale goes until November 28th. There's a link down in the description. Some of the items are up to 50% off. Most all of it has a sale on it right now. It's an affiliate link down there, so I do get a kickback from that, and it is very much appreciated, but it's also discount links for you guys. So go check that out. Go check out all the products EcoFlow has. This is a game changer for power outage situations, or even when we're taking the RV out, we can plug this into our RV. I think I want to get the Max or the Pro so that I can plug that into the RV, because the Max, I believe it is, has a 30 amp outlet that I could plug into the RV. This can sit there, and then as we're using power in our RV and we're out camping, this will automatically start up, create the power when we need it, shut off when we don't, and we don't have to mess with it. Efficient, clean, quiet. The solar keeps up so well that this will actually run very, very little. So great products that have completely changed how I think about preparing for winter and the power outages. That generator, it's definitely served its purpose and got me through a lot, but I think it is finally replaced. These are taking over. Technology is changing, and I'm trying to keep up and change with it. This is a kind of new thing for me, but so far what I'm seeing, I'm really liking. And from what I've seen in the comments on other EcoFlow videos I've done, a lot of other people are really liking them too. So that makes me feel good about working with a company like this and promoting them. So thank you guys for watching. I know this is a very different video than what we normally do here, but these are products that have actually been helpful to me, and EcoFlow is a company that is helping support this channel with sponsorships like this, that is helping me do the stuff we normally do with the tow trucks, the Jeeps, and helping people out when they get in bad situations. So big thank you to EcoFlow. Big thank you to you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to get back out in the woods to make some more videos. We'll see you next time.